different kinds of businesses. Mostly we're focused on medium plus businesses to build their own products, internal products, external products. And we are in IT business more than 20 years now. So we built like half a thousand products, and we are pioneering in SDLC. So we are quite good in building software optimization from technical point of view. And ConnectiveOne is one of our own products. We are focusing on delivering value in support, sales, HR, and different communication process. So we are building like it's just like about like something like Zendesk or Intercom or different this kind of platforms. Again, mostly focused on medium plus business. So it's not a quite simple software. It's big and robust platform, and all our products are now deeply integrated with AI. We built on AI DLC, so we are practicing what we are talking about. And my co-speaker Igor is genius AI generalist. I'm really inspired of his practice, and his company is also working on good and big company. And they are also creating a lot of AI operations. So we are like two pairs of our topic about ROI for AI. I'm mostly from technical and business part of view, and Igor mostly from operations and again business part of view. Igor, maybe some words about you, and then I will keep my presentation.
Yeah, you may go on. I will cover my part during the second half of the webinar.
Mhm. Okay, super. Okay, let's start. Uh, so, why most initiatives fail to deliver ROI? And I will start from product point of view. As I mentioned before, I'm focused on creating products internal as well. And now we see something like a boom of internal software development, internal software products, internal companies products. Why is that? Because previously you probably stuck with internal software development, knowing that you need whole team, you need product manager, you need developer team, you need QA, you need some business analysts, technical writers, etc., to create one simple product. And the more products you build internally, uh, the more you stuck actually, because every product requires support, every product requires flows of change requests, new feature requests, and all this requires permanent team. And you build something fancy and good, and in 1-2 year you face something legacy and outdated. And mostly companies during last years were switching to software service product because it's just more cost effective. You pay per seat or per usage, and this is just much more simple, much more effective than have own team to develop something. And nowadays, with AI, there are a lot of guys that are basically selling this idea from maybe every conference or every webinar about AI. Just have Cloud Code or Codex or Cursor, whatever, and you don't need team. Just build it overnight. You will need, I don't know, 1 or 2 days to build whatever software, and you don't need all this stuff like team members or whatever. Team of agent is a key, and you can do everything by yourself. Just wave code it and save hundreds of thousands, and or like 500,000. I saw yearly license just building your own software and create your own process inside it. So from the operational point of view, it's even more effective because previously you need some software, you need some integrator team to set up your own processes inside this vendor-locked software. And now you can do by yourself, almost by yourself, and build whatever, la la la. And we really rely on data and on this topic, and we see more and more companies that thinks like that. But is it real or not? From our point of view, AI is very good assistant. It is really good in building prototypes. It's really good in building first versions of something. So yes, you can POC or MVP something overnight. Yes, you can build it. You can deliver it to some PaaS service and go live in one day. Yes, this is true. But what is bad? Actually, AI know nothing about your business. Actually, AI have only some general patterns. So when you say, build me some cool CRM system, AI doesn't know what is cool for you, what matters most for your business. And when you tell AI, just make me, this is very popular meme, by the way, AI, please make me some profitable business, very profitable, and make no mistakes. It can be true because AI can be accountable for money, it can be accountable for your mistakes, and so you can't do just you can't outsource everything. It's just impossible for that. And we'll speak about why is that and how can we do better with it. Let me go deeper. So the first problem, why is that? It's that from business point of view, even technical task can mean different things. So, for example, when you create something for chatbot, as you can see on the screen, or if even you ask for your cool white coded CRM system or task, it's very popular now to white code Jira alternatives, CRM alternatives, Confluence even alternatives. Yes, it's very popular to make your own task tracker because everyone come on, guys. Are you really happy with Jira? I guess no one is really happy with Jira. Even fancy alternatives like Linear or whatever, they are still not perfect. Notion. So yes, you are not happy with your task tracker, and you probably need your own task tracker. But when we are talking about things like that, there are a lot of small and medium underwater stones for this to stuff like this. For example, and this is about context, business context actually. For example, as we see on the screen, add first agent to the conversation report. What does it mean? First assign it, first to open the chat, first to reply the customer, or another first. And there is one answer for this type of questions, means business-related context. Business-related context is not something you can just outsource to Cloud Code as is or Codex as is. It is something you should collect, and you should collect it from your real business. So basically, you need to teach. You need to teach your AI how your business is operating. It can be done like you usually train your junior team members. So our operations are like 1, 2, 3, 4. Our metrics like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, and nowadays to perform such tasks, we need, I don't know, 7 clicks in our current software, and it takes 30 seconds. So basically, if you have such type of metrics and such type of context, you can teach your AI what means effective and what means fast. For example, make UI that will help me to do the same task better than now. Less clicks, less seconds, test it, and give me a solution that can be more effective than before. So when we're talking about shipping product, we mean that it should be well defined, definitely built with AI, yes, for sure. We're about SLC. Then it should be checked for issues, and not only issues with the code itself. So we're talking not only about bugs, classical software development bugs. We're talking also about issues with process. Because if we need ROI, so we clearly define the goal and outcome. We measure it in metrics. We build it. Then we check it, is it real or not? Yes. First of all, we can check it with AI, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. And then we can check it with real users. Then it should be enabled with some small initial auditory, and then observe and measure how it really works. When people talk about faster delivery, nowadays, most of them are talking about faster coding. And there is interesting mistake that actually, yes, you can deliver code much faster. Comparing to previous stage of software development when you really needed a team of developers to develop whatever, it is almost for free. But actually, it is, first of all, it's not for free. The second problem, it can be compared to era of frameworks. For those who are quite old, like I am, you can remember the previous era of frameworks because, I don't know, 20 years ago, code was developed almost from scratch. So you have programming language, and then so-called frameworks appears, and like Bootstrap for web coding, like a lot of PHP frameworks, Python frameworks, whatever. And it was like a boost. You can develop something very simple or even complicated, or e-commerce frameworks, marketplace frameworks, whatever. You can develop something like in 1-2 days. It was like a very perfect skeleton. But then, again, can you deliver end-to-end solution in 2 days? Maybe yes, but just for very simple solutions. Can you collect feedback from your audience, from your stakeholders, from your users in 1-2 days? Maybe yes, but it requires very involved audience, because in new markets, new audience, you can just contact them in 2 days. Yes. So the bottleneck just transferred from the code writing code to end-to-end delivery. Yes, it is not a complete solution yet. And your capacity to review from the business point of view and review from the observability point of view is still very important to deliver your own product to real production. This is something I already told. So we should, if we want effective process of internal software development, you need to agree on what correct means before you build something. And in the traditional software development, you have team, you have a lot of stages of your AI SDLC. So you have QA stage, you have analysis stage, and every this stage you can have a lot of meetings during which you can correct what you're actually building. As DLC process rocket fast, so basically you say build something during the night, and you have something on the morning, and if you have built a lot of incorrect things, or if you build something that is not really proven and you don't understand what you're actually building, you can give a lot of problems for business actually. And you should define what can be done by AI on the first iterations and what can be known. For example, some research or I don't know, it can be not only research, it can be some pre-consumptions can totally be done by AI. Building some non-production code, for sure. Building production code, production-ready code, but according strict guidance, for sure. But for example, event deployment to production can't be done without approval because you know that if you will deploy something during, I don't know, important operational process, you can just fail operational process by bad deployment, and the AI will say you something like, "No, man, sorry, I failed. I can't deploy it. I will stop everything. I will check. Yes, but your operational processes uh, failed." In case if you trust AI inside your product, so we're talking not about just build traditional software like Test Tracker with AI, but build AI native software when AI is a part of process. For example, AI native CRM, AI native, again, Test Tracker. And when AI decides what is important, what is not, this is much more important because a lot of things in your operational process require real improvement. And you should develop it and design it before you prompt and wipe code first line of your product. Again, you should clearly design what should be blocked by default. Typically, this is something like mass bulk operations. It can be also some money-related operations, personal data operations. You should design it before you start something, because again, afterwards it can be too late for that. And make no mistakes or don't change anything without approval can't be guidance. What can we see from real usage by our clients, by our colleagues, even teammates? Typically, with new, modern, and very smart models like Fable, like Opus 5, like latest versions of GPT 5.6. So, yes, typically people start to trust models and use like auto mode or allow everything, no restrictions when they build code. And the same pattern appears in their software after they ship it to production. So basically, you can't rely on self-check of AI models. Let me tell you one real example. It was very interesting. Yeah, maybe all of you read from the news about OpenAI models. They uh, uh, escaped from the sandbox and hacked some Hugging Face models, something like that. Yes, it was very interesting for me, but who cares? There are problems of big companies. It's OpenAI problem. However, it's not. I don't connect it with that. I am just doing some business-related stuff. Why it's important for me, but something like that was really. We see something like that in our real environment because I started from, I needed just deliver something to production. And I found some production bug. And so I asked my GPT codex, please check what is this. I sent several screenshots and forget it about it. And so I just fix it on the background. After 1 hour, I remember it's so it's I have some background process. Let me check what's happening. And I switched it to that tab and saw that it discovered bug. It found on my local machine source code of this repo. In source code of this repo, it found a CI process. So it and discovered it and understand how to deploy it. It found in another repo my GitHub, not in repo, in Vault, but okay, it has access to it, my GitHub public access token. And it already tried to deploy it, but yes, we had restrictions, so it fails and says, you need to deploy it manually. Okay, super, we have guidance and guards there. But it really discovered more than I asked. So the smarter model you use, the more importance of guardrails you will have. So very smart model can make very smart and very difficult to solve mistakes. So yes, you should design it before you start the system. And yes, it's very important. So you can't rely on a smart model. The more smart model you use, the more problems you potentially have. And AI should be checked in different ways. So first level is like just classical automation tests, automated rules, and something on basic level of your prompts. Don't do that. Limit tests. You should pass some unit tests. You should pass some playwright tests, automation tests, whatever. Second, you should check your AI and real case. In a software product, we have, for example, internal tool called debug case. What does it mean? Debug case is just simple agent inside of a product process. It is obligated to use by our internal team. When you debug some bug and you found that it was not a bug, just use the bug case, describe or just send some voice message to AI, and it will learn from that it was not a bug, for example. Or in our production products like ConnectiveOne, we analyze conversations done with AI just to recheck if agent was okay or not. Maybe you saw like how good was agent in Claude or Codex. They also collect data from you if you are happy with agent or not, and they also analyze your conversation with agent. It is really important because AI can't predict actually, but it can analyze past data. Second opinion, very good practice. Typically, we recheck AIs with different models. For example, one solution made with Fable 5 should be rechecked by GPT 5.6. So just to double check. And for example, you made your own solution by your own head, then you can recheck it with Fable. You can recheck it with So. We can recheck with your teammates. So a lot of opinions, a lot of noise, but all this can be well processed and help you to build more efficient solution. And last check is human sample review means that does AI really improve to your operational process? Does AI really build something good, or it is just AI slop? It's very important. And again, with more smart models, we put much more attention for this point, because previously it was like AI is building something by its own. Wow, cool, super. But nowadays, it's more important if what is built by AI is really good for human. So the next point is don't turn it everything at once. Typically, we start with these 5 steps, like training data, observe in development environment, a small group of users, limited operations, and scale up only when it's safe. And the second very important thing is report and observe how AI made the decision. It is not about only AI development. It is also about every AI that makes a decision. So check check agent thoughts, check input and output, check actions, and there are a lot of platforms, for example, Enfuse for that. So it's very important to integrate AI observability platforms on the beginning of your development process, not at the end. Maybe one of the last points of my topic is that fixing the damage is the key for effective development. So when you develop something with AI or when you integrate AI in your decision project process, think what damage can be done and how you will fix it, how you will restore data, how you will restore transaction, how you will notify the customer. If you can't imagine the impact of AI, better don't scale it up, better don't start. So before you launch your product, ask simple questions. So what is exactly outcome? What must not change? What we should not break? Who will approve AI solutions? How will check outcome? How we will see feature requests, new feature lists? How we will find cause of mistakes? And can we stop and fix it if everything will go wrong? AI can build, but we need clear tasks, bounded permissions, good rollout, recovery, decision history, and checks of all this process. And ROI requires not only code and ship, it's require, first of all, safe and observable process and continuous improve of all our operations. Because maybe the biggest outcome of AI is that you can do all first steps much faster, but you still need to improve, learn of all your process. And now, thank you for your attention from my point of view and from my product point of view. And now I am transferring my stage to Igor. Igor will tell about how it is observed, measured, and designed from the business point of view. Igor, the stage is yours. Please take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Sergii, for such a comprehensive presentation of how you do this from the product perspective within your company. Now, I'd like to share with you how we do this from the operations perspective. And just a moment. Yeah, great. One moment. All right. So, do you see the screen?
Yes, everything's fine.
Cool. Yeah, so again, hello guys. And basically, Who am I? Currently, I work as head of AI and automation at MGID, Native Advertising Platform. And also, I'm a co-founder at Agent One, that is basically a vibe marketing platform for vibe coders, if we can say that. And for a couple of years already, I cover not only the product direction, but also the operations direction in my work. And we had a lot of cases and issues we encountered while trying to make the company operate more effectively, more efficiently. And basically, some of them are quite obvious, and the rest of them, we couldn't even imagine that it can happen. But again, this is the point why we make such webinars, is just to exchange our experience with each other. So happy to connect and talk later if you have any questions. And basically, probably you know everybody about this. AI is not a silver bullet, and we still need to do some homework before that. And we had to do it every time. But basically, with AI, it's tempting to omit it because, as he mentioned, you have AI at your fingertips. You are, enabled to do everything during the night. With a bottle of wine and free time, you can launch some new cool product. But still, uh, this even is more dangerous because as I said, it's quite tempting to omit this work. So, is it really needed? What exactly we are trying to improve? Do we have any numbers on that? So, as I said, it's not something particularly new, yeah, or some new insight, but this is the fundamentals we have to do every time. And uh, regarding the optimization levels, again, ROI or the revenue or the rest of money related metrics, they do not work in this case because they are the lagging metrics. You can't optimize them. If you want to optimize revenue, you don't affect it. Otherwise, why do you earn 1 million but not 2 millions? Yeah, so you have to choose a metric that you really affect, that is operational, and you improve it with a particular work. And it's really important to make some sort of the tree of the matrix. You understand that you can select one and make some forecasting to understand how it contributes to the major so-called North Star metric, and how your AI or automation basically contributes to the general goal. And again, that's not a secret as well. It's quite a traditional framework. I'm a big fan of OKR, that is actually tied to KPI within performance teams. But basically, again, every change management consists of three pillars: technology, processes, and people. And I believe, and I believe that you also faced that basically you came up with a brilliant idea. You vibe coded it or automated it in a couple of hours. You even managed to design a new cool process that like by design on the paper works perfectly smoothly, but at the end no one uses it. At the end people still do it the old way, people sabotage it, and we at the end the company consists of people, yeah, so we have to work with them and understand whether it is the lack of knowledge, they are afraid, they are incompetent, they simply didn't know about your release. So the people is the core. And for example, we had a case when we automated the moderation of the new clients' websites, or we automated the global support bot, but it waited for almost a half of the year, and we kept uh, conducting the same meetings. One of the main objections was, if it automates all of how we work, what will our teams do? So why do we need our teams? And basically, really, people sometimes are afraid that you will get rid of them. And it's important to understand what you will do with this resource. Maybe they will just do their work, but better. Maybe they will focus on some most important clients. Maybe they will work as the second tier of your support line. So again, people are the core. Um, and I won't stop here, so you can read it later. But basically, the main idea is the shift, the change can't be only at some one level. Like top management decided, we are AI native company now. Everybody is provided with a ChatGPT license and go on. It doesn't work that way. So it should move simultaneously on all the levels. So basically, data is the king, and especially within the AI, because you can do your solution very fast, but how to understand exactly, did it help? Did it uh, stay the same way, or are things even worse? So we need to formalize what is the success. So basically, is it uh, like our existing metric, or do we have to come up with something new? For example, we had a case with the support bot that after adding AI, basically the main resolution rate was the same, but we had feedback from our teams that, well, it's kind of strange, weird, and it, well, does not sound like a human. And we tried to figure out what's wrong with it. We couldn't get any more specific feedback. So we then returned to our team and thought about how we can measure this human likeness, empathy, and the rest of the metrics. We designed some external judges that could evaluate it. And after that, which is even more cool, we could dedicate it to our AI within the goal mode, saying like, okay, work on it while this metric, this success metric from all the judges uh, becomes uh, so work until it becomes higher than like 80%. And basically it worked for like a couple of hours. It did a couple of iterations, and yeah, after that we got the solution with the prompt and so on that actually satisfied our success metrics. And when we provided it back to the team, they said, yeah, now it works much better. However, they still couldn't explain what exactly they liked now. So data is still the king, and within the AI era, it requires a bit different metrics, evaluations, and approaches. And uh, you know, when you have no data, it's bad. But when you have corrupted data, incomplete data, duplicated data, one-time data, not structured data, it is even worse because uh, probably you will be upset when you just ask AI to provide you with some insights. It provides you with the wrong insights, and you reallocate marketing budget costing $1 million to, some wrong channel. Probably you will be quite disappointed both with the AI, with your business, and with your decisions in general. So, considering how tempting and how easy it is just to connect your AI to your dates of knowledge, sources of knowledge, you still have to do some housekeeping that really, I know you hated it, you kept postponing it, and so did I, until actually I understood that it becomes worse and worse. So better now because the later things will become even worse. And now I'd like also to cover some typical mistakes during AI transformation. So again, what I call as shit scaling. Uh, if you have the process that was designed like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and you just want, to replicate it but automate, it's a bit bad decision. It's, the same as people do on the papers, and then they do this like on the internet. But what's the point? You have completely new set of tools and solutions. So if you have like dedicated people who keep producing documents, and those documents I read only by those people the next month, and so on and so forth. Maybe you just don't need this process at all. Maybe you can eliminate the whole part of this process and think just about the outcomes. And the same thing with not scaling at all. No point when one team comes up with some solution and then the other team again comes up with this solution because they simply didn't know about it. And don't forget that AI does not replace people. As I said previously, and as Sergei says, people are still responsible about the key decisions they make. But when they have a lot of expertise, they probably can utilize it smarter. So you just have to provide them with enough of data and insights, and they will still do the decisions, but better decisions. Um, and I also know that probably you have tons of spreadsheets, even I don't know even the bigger word, but really tons. The spreadsheets are beautiful, but at the same time they are evil because for every task it's quite tempting to create a new spreadsheet that will be suitable only for your task with beautiful design and so on. And then the spreadsheet becomes typical for the particular process. And then you have like hundreds of the spreadsheets that you don't know what to do with them. So it's hard to impossible to feed this to the AI and maintain this as a source of knowledge, source of truth, and as a database. So while it's not too late, consider switching to the specific CRM or other tool with a ticketing system like task trackers and so on, when you can define the structure, the pipelines, the particular processes, because now the main consumer of this data is not human, but AI, and AI needs them structured so that it can search the data, put the data, get the data, and provide you with some analytics, insights, and so on. So just again, bear in mind that the more housekeeping you do now, the better insights you have tomorrow. Your AI has access to everything or should have access to everything. So every step in your company should be documented. You don't have to do this manually because, well, no one wants to do this manually to like maintain documentation, do the notes, move the tickets. No one, including me, you, and anybody else. So while possible, this should be done automatically. But really, if you have this data and you have them structured and you have API or MCP, then simply you don't have to guess, you don't have to bother your other team members. You just can ask what you do, what you need, and have the insights for what you do. And the things we like the most, our fuck ups and things that we try to do, but actually we understood it doesn't work. So you saw a lot of articles, a lot of cases about token maximizing when people get bonuses for the amount of tokens they utilize with AI. It doesn't work. People hack this metric. You will just burn your budget. If you don't have any meaningful metrics or goals, it's just waste of money. Um, every company, well, tends to get some cool, interesting tasks from CEOs and VPs. They are always urgent, always brilliant ideas, and I know that they sound like that and they truly believe for this, but well, it's your work to deliver results, and when you just don't deliver results within this task, it's basically still your fault. So validate first with metrics, with cost dev, research, and so on, because AI won't help here. So if you have things that you planned and you currently work and AI helps with it, you need to protect this. And again, as I said, you can't just replace people with AI. Preceding waves, segments, test. Sergii also mentions about the levels of scaling. So again, it will be more expensive for you to roll back than to do it in waves. And don't blindly connect your AI to your data sources, as I previously described. Again, uh, we all of us wants to believe and also want to have like the teams that are so motivated, so forward thinking, so actually trying to like wake up and start their new day with a new challenges and improvements, but unfortunately, they are not like that. So
We don't we don't see a screen now, by the way. Is everything fine?
guys, do you hear me?
Yes, we hear and see you, but don't see your screen. And
Unfortunately, I don't know, but my laptop just decided to install something and reload. I
uh,
can still finalize
Richard,
because I remember what
I can
I
share
was
your
talking about.
presentation. Yes, if it help you. Yes, let me just
Okay,
share your
so
presentation. Why not?
basically, yeah, everybody wants to believe that people will do this on their own because of their agency, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. So you have invest in your education.
Hmm. Maybe Igor have real problems with laptop or connection. So let's wait him for several minutes, but if not, we can do some Q&A for now, and I will be happy to answer your questions if you have some.
Shall we just ask question? Oh, is he back? No.
Maybe not. Yes, if you can yes, let's switch to Q&A because we have 5 minutes and
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys, I'm back.
you're
you're
back.
back. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
so
want
basically, I'm almost done. So
Mhm.
basically, regarding the last of the slides, so we waited for a long while people start contributing and experimenting. But as I said, it doesn't happen this way. So we arranged a lot of initiatives starting from internal trainings, external trainings, peer-to-peer clubs, motivations with bonuses, internal cost contests while people try to solve their cases with their own approaches, and then they voted whom they liked the most, and people got like monetary prizes and bonuses. Every of these approaches, they are unique for your company. You have to find what works the best. But there is one thing that actually we really discovered and we liked. A lot of companies call this find your AI champions, and basically, quite often you try to find them among like the heads, the leads. Um, it sounds quite natural, but unfortunately, these people already are busy with a lot of work, and adding extra work for them doesn't always work. So we simply try to monitor for the people who actually try to change something with their own effort by themselves. They try to do this with AI, without AI, even some simple automations in spreadsheets with formulas, with app scripts, whatever. So, very simple stuff. It doesn't actually mean even if they succeeded or not, but they want it, they care, they are not satisfied with how they do this work now.
So all you have to do now is just to provide them more resources, more knowledge, more abilities, and help them to proceed. And these people will succeed, they will have better performance. Their peers will become envious, jealous. They will try actually to become as successful as them. And after that, you can even raise the typical benchmark and expectations of your KPIs in the whole team or department. So you can show, hey, you have like half of the team who do this like 3 times better than you. Why can't you do this as they do? So yeah, just find those people who actually give a fuck. Um, and the last slide, you have just to understand that AI, being AI native company, it's not black and white. Yeah, it's not a binary state. I found a really cool article, and there is a source to it that actually describes the different levels of being AI native company. And this is not a binary state. This is basically a process. This is not like a noun. This is a verb. So you have different mm, questions you can answer to reflect on whether you are at which particular level 1 to level 5. And you can be, for some of them, at level 1, for some of them at level 3, but still they will allow you to understand what to focus and which of them you are currently lacking. Yeah, so you have to focus to proceed to the next level. And this can be a good follow-up home task. So if you really want to reflect what to change within your company, please read that article. It helped me and our company at least. So hopefully it will help you as well. Happy to be with you today, and sorry for my technical issues. Any questions?
Yes, we are both ready to Q&A. Sorry for a little bit going out of schedule, but we'll be happy to answer your questions if you have some.
Hi, thanks for presentation. I actually have a question. It's a short one, but it's maybe difficult. What to do in organization where people are not motivated or willing to adopt best AI practices because they are being afraid of being replaced by AI? This is very common, and I've seen it so many times.
Very good question, actually. We spend a lot of time and efforts to manage this problem in our organizations. First of all, you should persuade them and be honest that you are not intending to replace them. Because what we are talking with our teammates is like you have, for example, you have, I don't know, pencil, yes? You can draw with it. It's very good. You have your skill. You are perfect pencil drawer. But when you have printer, yes, you can draw much more actually, yes. And printer do not replace your skills with pencil drawing, yes. It's just another type of tool, yes. So replace and another very good idea. I heard that if your CEO want to replace your teammates with AI, he have lack of imagination, actually. I don't remember who said that. Maybe it was Sam Altman or something like that, but actually this is really true. If you don't need to replace people, you need more productive people, more effective people. You don't need to replace them. Everything we're talking today is not, you're still not people, but you need smart people. And again, in our company, I told, like, for example, using AI now, it's like using computer 20 years ago or even 15 years ago. Yes, you can use typewriter, yes, or secretary for type documents, but Word is much better, and the AI is much better for almost everything you do now. Something like that. Just be honest with them and don't intend to replace them. That's all.
Thanks.
I have a follow-up for this. Yeah, that's totally correct what you said, Sergei. And actually, at first, really, probably half of the company, half of the people in our company, and this is almost like 800 people. So they didn't like me. They didn't like me because when I come to them, they were afraid there was a sabotage. And then I understood what was the root cause. So you have to be transparent that you are on the same side with them. You don't try actually to take their work and they will be without work. You want to help them to do their work more efficiently. And like that, you are within the same team, yeah, on the same side. So then they will be more transparent, more eager, they will provide feedback. And well, again, it depends on the company culture, on whether you have like performance bonuses and so on, because the most eager people to cooperate were the ones where we just help them to understand, hey, with our tools, you can earn with your bonuses twice as much money as without. So they just kept writing and suggesting and asking the new ideas like every day. But at the same time, you have to be ready that not all of the people are ready to change, and you will have to say them goodbye.
That's true. Do you guys any other ideas, feedback, questions about that? Okay, we are still on the. Okay, we are not still. We are always available for your follow-up questions, and please feel free to connect us with LinkedIn. By this QR code, you can also find my all direct contacts. So feel free to contact every way you feel comfortable for you. Thank you for being here. We will also send you presentations from today, Maya and Tigers also. We will also will contact you, maybe ask you some follow-up questions also, and we'll be happy to see you next time on our next events, online and offline as well. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Igor, thank you a lot for sharing your knowledge and vision. It was very valuable today.
Thank guys. Happy to see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.